Good evening, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. This is Popeye Live, March 12th, 2022, and it is 8:01 p.m. Central Standard Time. Good evening, everybody. You know, I wasn't going to come on tonight. I really don't like doing one podcast after the other. We need a chance to let one soak in while we're getting ready to do the next one. But then every time, it seemed like every day, something pops up that you just flip out about. And today was no different. No different. You know, it's like I said in the title of tonight's show, who in the hell does this? Who does this? And what I'm talking about is the morons, the U.S. intelligence community that does an annual threat assessment. And this is incredible, everybody. This is what I'm fixing to read you is what they consider as a threat to this country. And it's just not what you would think it would be. You know? And, what it reminds me of is this BS here. The Texas Gang Threat Assessment. Oh, yeah. They're supposed to come out with that each year, but I think the last one I've seen is this one of 2018. And it's nothing but a cut and paste job of BS year after year. That's all it is. And of course, all the police agencies want to get in on it, and that's listed a who's who, every podunk town and sheriff's department, whatever else in Texas that thinks they know about gangs. But let me say this, when it comes to motorcycles, they don't know squat. They don't know squat about this community. And everybody knows who their number one target is by reading the damn thing. But you know what? They struggle to turn a motorcycle club into a gang because they just are not. They are not. But let me get back to this other group of morons, which is right here, the Intelligence Community Assessment. Yeah. 2022 Annual Threat Assessment of the U.S. Intelligence Community. Now, let me tell you what they see as a threat to this country. Number one, everybody. The number one threat to this country is climate change. It's not Russia. It's not China. It's not any of the despots of the world. It's not Iran. All these countries that hate our guts, yet we work with them. And yes, we give away our jobs to them, with the exception of Russia. And it's like John McCain said, Russia's nothing but a gas station. That's all it is. If it wasn't for oil and gas, they would be broke. Their economy would be in a shambles. Kind of like Saudi Arabia, except for a lot of them are business smart. And they do other things besides oil. Number one threat, climate change, everybody. Yeah. So, number two, you're going to love this one, man. Racial or let me get it right. Ethically motivated violent extremists. Yeah. Violent extremists. Not over there, over here. You know. Number three is the COVID-19 pandemic, everybody. And let me say this. The Omicron, which is going around now, is a less lethal version of COVID-19. And yes, it has taken over from the Delta variant. But yet, they're out there still pushing this crap to everybody. And yes, the CDC is still pushing, and they're still trying to vaccinate babies. Now, let me say this. I do believe there's no way I'd go out and vaccinate anybody, a 5-year-old and under. And matter of fact is, young, healthy people don't need a vaccination. Follow the science, everybody. Follow the freaking science. But that's number 3 threat to this country. Next, and I think this comes under the heading of climate change, is weather extremes. Hey, we just had a big old freeze go across the country. And what they call it the other night? An Arctic, a boom? They called it a boom? What the hell is a boom? That's the first time I've ever heard that. But it's a boom. Damn, everybody. Damn. Number 5, everybody. Number 5. The number 5th most threatening thing to this country is, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming, everybody. White extremism. Yeah. Yeah. My God, everybody. And you're going to love this one, everybody. Number 6, health disinformation. That's what the top 6 things are by this U.S. intelligence community. Matter of fact is, this is unintelligence to me. But you know what this is? You know what this really is? They're in on the fix, everybody. They're nothing more than more Democrats, federal workers, that are all in. Just like the FBI, just like the DOJ. There's none of them worth a damn. And let me say this to Republicans. And let me tell you, they're coming after us, everybody. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter if you're a biker. It doesn't matter if you're not a biker. It doesn't matter if you are white, black, brown, whatever color. They're coming after all of us because they want us to comply. And they're going to pull the most god-awful crap going into the midterms. And right now what they're trying to say to everybody, hey, it's Putin's fault. It's Putin's fault, and that's all we're going to hear from now till November. And they see this Ukrainian war as a good thing for them because it knocked everything off the headlines. Everything. The truckers are up there driving around in circles. Their message is not getting out. Do you believe it is? They're way down the line of news. As I told you, I was worried about their message, but then again, hey, it's about the mandates, and the government's still trying to push the mandates. That's what I'm saying, everybody. I want to welcome some people to the chat line. M. Cause, how are you doing? Solar Stone, Grey Wolf, Ghost Eagle. You guys, how are you doing? I'm going to have to make this one where it will show because the YouTube doesn't like what you posted. And that would be JJ. So I had to make that where everybody could see it. Yeah, you're right. They're going to try and kill us all. That's what they're going to try and do. Yeah. And they may succeed. They may succeed because now the potato head, better known as FJB, is out there saying that, hey, look, my God, you better watch out. We got nukes too. Now he's firing back, from what I understand. And let me tell you, we do have to worry about the potato head because he is not cognizant. He don't know what in the hell he's saying. Or is somebody telling him to say that, or is he just going off the deep end? I don't know. None of us know. But there are people out there saying, hey, look, this guy is not fit for office. But then again, look who's behind him. Look who's freaking behind him. Kamala, who's out there just embarrassing the hell out of herself in this country. That's what I'm saying. But thanks to the potato head, now we've got fentanyl that's flooding across the country and across the border, where people are just waltzing on in, bringing whatever they want to bring in with, whatever. Fentanyl, can we say fentanyl? And then today we learned out about the five or six cadets that OD'd, or well, actually just a few of them OD'd on fentanyl, and the others who went into cardiac arrest, and the others that were trying to give them mouth to mouth ended up sick. They ended up in the hospital with fentanyl poisoning. Then we find out today this actor, Heath Freeman, who was on NCIS and Bones, guess what? He died of a fentanyl overdose. And people in Colorado, where they decriminalized fentanyl, people are overdosing left and right. And yes, dying. Thank you, FJB. Thank you for what you're doing to this country. My God. The hell are we all looking at? What the hell are we all talking about? And right now we're looking at a date for our first rally that we're going to have, which is about energy independence now. We're going to be putting heat on our politicians to get the job done, to get it done in spite of this guy sitting in the White House, and in spite of his minions, and in spite of federal workers that are running things backwards. And I promise you that's what they're doing. That's the reason we got so many regulations and everything that's going on against the oil companies. And we've got to get past the lies that are coming out of their mouths over and over and over again. And we have to work on the people that believe this shit. That's what I'm saying. And Cause is saying 300 people a day are dying from fentanyl in the U.S. every day. That's incredible, everybody. And it seems as if nobody on the left gives a damn. They don't care. They don't care. And that's it. They don't care. And they don't care. They don't care who they hurt, who they have to go after. And let me tell you, they're going to come after us. We have to be ready for this shit. And MCAUSE is putting out the word to everybody: do not do any street coke. It's laced with it, fentanyl, everybody. And they're even putting it in weed. Read his post there on the chat line. Read it. He's telling the truth. And JJ says he's in Baytown, Texas, 405 a gallon for gas. He's closer to Exxon than most. Wow. Yeah, it's that way up here. I did manage to buy some this morning at $3.85 regular, the low octane. And yeah. So it is incredible, guys. Just what we see going on. Oh, and hey, I remember the other day I was talking about the Permian Basin, and this what I'm fixing to show you here backs up what I was talking about. I meant to play this last night, but we'll do it right now. And let me switch the cue here and listen to what these people have to say. Here we go. In fact, this is Fox News.
Ukraine continues. Lauren Simonetti is live in Pecos, Texas this morning to tell us how U.S. oil producers are reacting. Lauren, good morning to you.
Good morning, Maria. Just before sunrise here in the vast Permian Basin, this is one of the largest oil fields in the world. And if you take a look behind me, they're drilling here. You got 4 wells. Go vertically down, drilling 10,000 feet down, 10,000 feet out, horizontally, capturing that oil by pipeline and sending it to a refinery miles away. Right now, Maria, they're doing 10,000 barrels per day. They can double that to 20,000 by the end of the year. And this is just one small part of this vast and complex operation. The reason this is happening is because we're on private lands in the state of Texas, right? It takes Tall City, the company we're at, about 10 days to get a permit. If you do this on the Permian Basin side in New Mexico, on the federal lands, they're telling us it's taking 9 to 12 months versus 10 days to get a permit. And that doesn't even include the pipelines. The pipelines, Maria, they take years. Some are saying it's a miracle any drilling is taking place at all. I'm going to give you 3 reasons that more drilling is not happening. Number 1, Wall Street has a straitjacket on these companies. Activist investors debanking them. Number 2, there is now talk by Senate Democrats like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders of a windfall profits tax. So with prices at these super high levels, they want to tax the oil companies even more. What does that do? Completely disincentivizes the industry to put more money, more capital in the ground because they're going to have to give it back to the government. And number 3, the sheer anger, the insult. You're going to talk to OPEC and Venezuela instead of asking us here at home to drill more? They are downright insulted. Listen.
First of all, they're not green. They're going to produce it in a very unfriendly environmental way. It's going to be very bad for the environment. We're going to produce it much cleaner here, and it's right here, and it's good for America. It creates American jobs.
They have increased wages in 2 months, speaking of inflation, by 20%. I was talking to one of the workers yesterday, 21 years old, $200,000 a year. Maria, these are good jobs. Back to you.
All right, Lauren, thanks very much.
This is what I was talking about the other day. Texas is 95% privately owned, the land in Texas. In these other states like New Mexico, where the federal government owns big areas of land and they control everything that's going on, and you just heard her say it can take 8-9 months to get permits and even to build a pipeline or anything to move the oil around or the gas around. It takes forever, years. Now, we know what the fix is for this, but they're not willing to do it because they want the new Green Deal. And they're willing to break this country to make it happen. That's what they're willing to do. And make no doubt about it, that's what this is all about. They want $7 a gallon everywhere across the country. And I don't know that they'll stop there. I really don't. And as we get closer to the midterms, they're going to get more desperate. They're going to be pulling all kinds of stuff, just like the thing they pulled the other night, where they passed that omnibus bill, $1.5 trillion of more money, of more government debt, and add to the inflation fire that's going on right now. It's going to add to it. And for Democrats out there, inflation is caused by too many dollars chasing too few goods. And as you can look out there and see what's happening, and you can't get things, and you've got the money, too many dollars chasing too few goods. That's what causes inflation. And so here we go. And you're right, Ghost Eagle. They do have permits for, they will put them out there for, and they keep talking about that 9,000 leases on government lands. And you know what? That's 9,000. When Trump was in office, there were 37,000. 37,000. But right now, the banks are working against the oil companies. You got to understand what's going on. The banks are working against them. And the feds are asking them, hey, don't loan money to these people. You're going to get stuck. Because we're moving away from oil and gas. You're going to get stuck. Don't make loans to them. And they're actually forcing them to do that. Just like they forced McDonald's to move out of Russia. And from what I heard, the McDonald's is still paying those employees of the restaurants they shut down. That's 60-something thousand employees. They're still paying them. So it tells me they think at some point they're going to be able to open back up, and they need those employees. So yeah. And today, I think it was India that said they fired a hypersonic missile into Pakistan. But I don't know what that was all about. I don't know how how you do that by accident. It tells me that maybe they're just they're not where they should be on their hypersonic missile program. If it's just going to take off on them. Just saying, everybody. And Ron DeSantis is out there warning that leftists will impose restrictions after the midterm elections. I don't know what that is. I'll have to study that more. And, it says here, Iran, Russia, know they have Biden over a barrel of oil. Because he's refusing to produce the oil here at home. That's of his own doings. It's not Iran and Russia. That's FJB is what that is. I mean, he's going to dictators for gas imports is what he's trying to do. So is everybody out there yelling, hey, Biden needs to resign? The former White House physician says he's not capable of leading. Well, that's true. We all know that. Who's going to do anything about it? So, it's like I said, who's going to do anything about it? We have a DOJ that's messed up. We have a FBI that's messed up. We have now these intelligence agencies. They're messed up. They're all woke, and they're all in on it. They're all in on it. It's in my opinion, we need to defund them all of them. Yeah. So now we're playing a giant game of chicken with Putin. And who knows if Putin is serious on this stuff, but he's the first one to bring up nukes and got them all to jumping up and down. So there we go. Hey, why don't the Pope run over there and straighten it all out? Yeah, send him over there. Yeah. I'm really upset about the fentanyl thing coming across the border, and nobody seems to be concerned about it. They don't give a damn that people are dying. They just don't care. And so, we have people here in this country jumping all over Russian people that have moved here for whatever reason they came. And some of them are maybe being successful, have a restaurant or something. Now they're getting jumped all over. I'd say, hey, leave them alone unless they're out there cheerleading for rootin' tootin' Putin. That's what I'm saying. And John Kerry is out there he's promising the UN $10 billion annually for climate crisis. Who the hell is he? Who the hell is he? How can he going to pull $10 billion out of the air and give it to these people? They're out of their damn mind, everybody. He's nobody. He's not elected to nothing. And we need to take him on. It's like I said, when we elect these people in November, if we swing the pendulum, they better do the damn job, and that's what part of our rally is going to be. As a matter of fact, that's what that phone call was about a while ago. I got to answer that pretty soon, so we can work these details out on our rally that we're going to have. It's going to be here in Arlington. And we hope that some of you guys that are close by join us. We all need to stand up. We need to stand together is what we need to do. We need to have each other's backs. Because the government damn sure don't have our backs. Law enforcement damn sure don't have our backs. None of them. Because, what I'm really worried about is that, like these gang units. If the government goes out there and tells them to attack the people, that's exactly what they'll do. They'll turn into jackbooted thugs is what they'll do. Just my opinion, everybody. Just my opinion. Outside, JJ, it says, why do we give a crap what else goes on that they don't give a damn about the thing to do with us? Not sure what you're saying there, but hey, I made it where everybody could see it because you said SHIT and that gets you shut down on the chat. Or they block it to where people can't see it and then I have to approve it. That's what happens there. It's kind of fun though. It is kind of fun. So several ballistic missiles from Iran military base hit the U.S. base in Erbil, Iraq. That happened recently. And what we ought to do is hit them back. Hit them back. Hold them accountable. Hit them back. Is what I'm saying. There's been a few other people join us. Vincent Taylor. Mater's Workshop. I think he's been here, though. MRG 369. Good evening. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. Even though I'm getting toward the end of it, welcome anyway. But come back next time. Because that'll be Monday night at 7:30. Usually don't come on a Saturday night because I know everybody's out doing other things. But it's nice for you guys to drop in. And we appreciate it very much. And we'd like for you to like and share this channel so we can get the word out. Because we are going to be going after them, everybody. We don't care which side. If they deserve it, they deserve it. Just like the Republicans that joined in on this thing in the middle of the night where they passed that $1.5 trillion omnibus bill. And the Republicans joined in on that. Now, I know they joined in on it because they saw the amount of money that was going to national defense. And I would say right now, and you know, I used to work the Skunk Works, where a lot of secret programs went on. In particular, the B-2 bomber, in particular, the B-1 bomber and other stuff. B-1 wasn't Skunk Works, so. But let me tell you that we better have some stuff in the pipeline that's going to be, what should I say, eye-opening. Like the first time we saw the weapons we've been building for years in action in Desert Storm. Yeah, that was eye-opening, everybody. It really was. And the fact that, you know, I was so proud that I'd worked on some of that equipment that was coming in and doing the job. Yeah. But then again, Russia's been making a lot of claims that are not true, especially when it comes to their aircraft and their capabilities. They've been grandstanding for the media, and not much of it was true. Matter of fact, this big all-around fighter they got was supposed to be the answer to our latest and greatest. It was supposed to be the answer to it. It's nothing but a freaking mock-up. It's nothing. They got pictures of it out there, and it's nothing but a wooden mock-up. That's all they've done. And from what I hear about their hyper missiles that they keep touting about, I think they have about 10 of them, which is enough because they have nuclear capabilities. But then again, it's not what we thought. We've got and as we can see from what's going on in Ukraine, a lot of their troops aren't very good. But they will eventually take Ukraine. They will eventually. As bad as I hate to say that, they will. And I think Zelensky is getting ready for that. Now, you know, whether they're going to fight down to the last man or whether he's going to stay there, you know, I don't know. If I was one of the troops, I would want my leader to be safe. Is what I would want. I would want him to continue to lead, no matter from where. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if Russia is just going to wipe out everything over there, because that's what they're doing. If you look at all the houses and apartment buildings and everything else have been just being destroyed. It's incredible, and we're standing by watching it. Because Putin was the first one to say nukes and got everybody to jumping. But hey, I do want to say this, and I meant to bring this up last night. As the economy gets worse and worse, and it's going to, because this is what that's all about. They're wanting to collapse this economy. They're wanting the reset, is what they're wanting. They're wanting digital currency, government digital currency. Think about that, everybody. They're going to be able to dip into your account. They're going to be able to see what you're spending money on. And when it's none of their business what we're spending money on. None of their business. But we have banks that are pushing this, and this is that thing called ESG. That's what it's called. It's called, it's environmental social governance, ESG. And the banks are pushing this stuff, the big banks. They're pushing it. And we're trying to get it in every state legislature to never approve this stuff. Never. Never. We don't need them with the ability to do what they're doing to companies right now. McDonald was forced into not doing business with Russia anymore, or having restaurants there anymore. And there's been other companies that are doing the same thing. Just about every company that is pulled out of Russia has been forced to. Because banks and other people are saying, hey, we won't loan you money. We won't help you do business. And they're going to try and do this to all of us. All of us. Off of our social scorecard. Think about that. But everybody, I got to get out of here. I got stuff to do. I got to return that phone call. Thank you for joining us tonight. And join us Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. We love everybody. We're all about the Constitution. We are defenders of the Constitution and people who've had their constitutional rights violated. With that, everybody, have a good night, and we'll see you Monday night. Bye-bye.